If you are a lawyer and you want to build a scalable brand, a sustainable brand, and a reputable brand, there are a few things you need to really do. And there is a correlation between branding and revenue generation as a lawyer because, see, the thing is, and I don't care about what law niche you're in, you are going to face competition from anywhere, but also from outside players, not just nationally, but also outside, okay? So it's important to really invest in your branding. And what I mean about branding here is that I'm speaking about your law firm branding. So the branding process for your practice, but also the branding process for yourself. Okay, because law firm branding actually has two components at the business level, but also at the personal level. So just think of it as the process of establishing your law firm's unique identity through visual design, messaging, and marketing in order to attract your ideal target audience and set your firm apart from other law firms. So it's all about differentiation. It's all about your ability to actually deliver, but most importantly, it's all about your ability to scale. So law firm branding actually will help you identify your practice unique selling point, so your USP, or sometimes it's called the UVP, unique value point. So what happens here is that you want to communicate what makes your firm different from the competition. So if you want to really establish a sustainable brand for your law firm, it's important to understand what it really entails. Okay. Now, most people assume that professional services businesses like law firms or accounting firms don't need branding because the services should essentially sell themselves, right? But that's not the case. While it's easy to think that branding is reserved for creative agencies or physical products, the reality, when you really think about it, is that all types of businesses can benefit from branding. Why? Because every business needs to differentiate itself. Every business to really will actually needs to be seen as credible, okay, and reputable in the eyes of clients, whether they're selling products or they're selling services. So when you build your law firm brand, you establish credibility. You stand out from competitors. You have visual consistency. You attract target clients. That's really important. You increase brand recognition, and you also enhance the perceived value. The perceived value, when the perceived value is actually increased, you are able to charge more. Okay, so there is the direct correlation between revenue generation, like I said before, and branding. So if you want to build a brand this year, it's important first of all to know your audience because everything starts with your audience. You're building a brand not for yourself, but you're building a brand to convey a certain image in the eyes and minds of your target audience, right? So you need to conduct audience research. So you want to research your audience to understand their characteristics, their needs, their wants, and their pain points. Basically, if you want to use expert language, it's called you want to know your audience's psychographics, where they're at, where they're located geographically, where they are in terms of their lives, their careers, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Now, don't make the mistake of assuming what your audience wants. The only way to truly know is to conduct research via surveys, conversations, and competitor analysis tools because your assumptions might be different from reality. And I don't care how many years of experience you have. This consumer behaviors are shifting all the time. People's interests are shifting all the time. So in this economy, the only way to know what's really happening right now is to do the research right now. So the best way to conduct audience research is to talk to your audience directly. Okay, this can include potential clients or past clients, really anyone who's likely to be interested in your specific services. That way, you know exactly what's really happening in their lives, in their careers, in their businesses. Okay, and you can reach out to your target audience via email, telephone, or social media, or you can send them a survey via a tool like Google Forms. It's all about getting the intel directly from the source. Okay. So you want to ask your audience the following questions. So, what is your ultimate goal when it comes to hiring an attorney? And this can be you put the niche, like the kind of niche you want to really glean more information about. What top the 3 to 5 issues are you struggling with at the moment as it pertains to, again, this particular legal service? What methods have you tried to overcome these challenges? So you can see you are gathering intel, okay? What worked or did not work with those methods? And what 3 to 5 characteristics are you looking for in a specific attorney? So if you want to establish a top brand this year as a lawyer, but after conducting audience research, you want to establish your unique selling proposition, your USP. Again, this is sometimes you might hear the words unique value proposition or unique selling proposition. Those are the same thing. USP or UVP, those are interchangeable terms, okay? So your USP/UVP is essentially a statement that really says it all about your firm. What it does is that it communicates what it is that your business does, who it serves, and what makes it unique. Again, I want to insist on the fact that you have to differentiate yourself, and that's what it means to show why you are unique. When you start your brand development process with audience research, your USP/UVP can be tailored to speak to the specific needs of your target audience. And so the thing is that this is your value proposition. This is your offer domination statement. This is how you speak directly to your audience. Okay. So a common USP statement formula is we help audience achieve transformation with product/services. That's it. Very straightforward. Okay. Now let me give you an example. I want to really break it down for you so you have a clear idea what I really mean. So say that the most common response you receive to the question, "What is your ultimate goal when it comes to hiring a family law attorney?" was along the lines of navigate the legal process without stress. So your USP could be something like, "We help families navigate the legal process without stress by providing friendly, informed family law services." So this USP easily identifies who your audience is, right? Families, what you help them achieve. We are speaking here about navigating the legal process and what you offer, family law services. So this is pretty clear, pretty straightforward. And this statement uses the exact phrase your target audience used in your audience research. So see, you're not really trying to recreate, like trying to reinvent the wheel. You're just taking what you got from the market, and that's how you should be doing the things in the first place. Okay. Now, let me give you a few more examples of USP statements for law firms. We help accident victims and their families achieve justice and financial recovery with with our expert legal representation and personalized support. Or we help inventors, creators, and businesses protect their ideas and innovations, safeguarding their intellectual property rights with comprehensive legal strategies and guidance. You can see that you are constantly giving an offer domination statement. So if you want to build a brand this year, you need to master your messaging. See, the thing is that you can conduct audience research, you can establish your unique selling proposition, but if your messaging actually, is kind of is flawed, you're not going to be able to talk directly to the target audience that you really need to connect with. Okay, so your USP, think about your USP as I would say, the introductory statement. Your USP is essentially your guiding lights for all your brand messaging, copywriting, content, etc. Right? While you don't want your US to while you don't want to use your exact USP in all of your copy, you do want to weave those principles in your marketing big time. That's what's going to help you in terms of consistency. So using the same USP from a little earlier, like a few minutes earlier, like we help families navigate the legal process without stress by providing friendly, informed family law services. Say it's time to write the service pages for your website. Okay, so instead of using a generic tagline on your homepage, you could use something like stress-free guidance for family matters or family law simplified or your worry-free guide to navigating divorce. All of the options closely align with your original USP. See what I really mean? But you're doing it without repeating yourself. You're varying content, you're varying the phraseology every now and then. Okay. So similarly, if you want to add a call to action on a Facebook ad, instead of using something generic like call us for family law services, you could use a call to action like call today for a stress-free consultation, or struggling to navigate the legal ins and outs of divorce, contact us for support today. So you are actually mastering your messaging, and you're making sure that your messaging is in sync with your USP. So the more you align your messaging with your USP, that is founded on your exact audience research, the more your marketing will resonate with your target audience and generate better results for your business. If you want to build a consistent loyal brand this year, and you need to define your company mission and values big time, and you have to be very clear here because it's not about being, I would say, approximate. Okay, your USP is not your mission statement or values. Totally different. While this can be externally facing, some law firms include a mission statement on their website. They are more important for keeping your own company honest to its mission, expectations, and morals. Okay, I'm speaking about values, the values. So it is valuable to establish a mission statement because it will help with the future of your team and will keep also you true to your values. So this is essentially your playbook. Think about it that way. This is your compass. Okay, this is your playbook to the kind of experience you want to provide to your clients. So when writing your mission statement, you want to consider the more qualitative values you hold important in your business. This could include things like honest, fierce, compassionate, right? So that way you can differentiate yourself. And let me go a little further here. Let me give you a few examples of powerful mission statements. Our mission is to provide exceptional legal representation, unwavering dedication, and personalized solutions to protect and advocate for our clients' rights and interests. That's pretty good. We are committed to delivering professional and reliable legal services with integrity, compassion, and a relentless pursuit of justice for our clients. This is pretty good too. A third one, at our firm, our mission is to be the trusted legal partner for organizations and individuals, offering strategic guidance, innovative solutions, and exceptional client service. So you can see that the mission is pretty straightforward, but very direct too. Okay. Or you can say we strive to make a positive impact in our clients' lives by providing effective legal counsel, practical advice, and a commitment to achieving their desired outcomes. Or you can say our mission is to promote fairness, equality, and access to justice for all, serving our community with ethical and expert legal representation. Another thing you want to do here is to develop your business strategy. So if you want to build a sustainable brand this year for your law firm, you got to think about business strategy. And this is not just a business strategy in a vacuum or out of context. It has to be tied to your USP. So once you define your USP, you want to get super clear of what types of services your law firm offers or maybe will offer. If you're just starting new or you're thinking about pivoting, you can say will offer and what your business strategy will be. So many law firms use a category of services like family law or corporate law, but don't clearly define the specific services they offer. And this can be confusing for potential clients and doesn't work well in driving organic traffic, which really relies on optimizing for particular service keywords. Okay, when it comes to SEO, you gotta be as specific as possible. So you want to get very specific about what your services are, and likely establish marketing assets for each, primarily website landing pages. Okay, so this is kind of important. And for example, you might be a criminal defense attorney, but then further define that you offer DUI, DWI defense, drug crimes, drug crimes defense, and theft and property crimes defense, and then publish website pages for each. This is how you're going to drive. You're going to drive organic traffic. Next, you want to design your visual identity. This is an important element. Okay, so a visual identity is more than just a logo. Really, it is a well-developed aesthetic for your brand. It includes things like your website design, your colors, your fonts, your photos and imagery, your icons, your social media posts, and marketing assets. Okay, so think about it. All of the most recognizable brands in the world have an easily identifiable visual brand. Think about Apple, for instance. Think about Coca-Cola. Think about Nike. Okay, all of those big firms, big multinationals have they have established logos. That's for sure. They actually have colors, they have fonts, and they like to make their brands stand out on any platform. So while you don't need to reach the status of Nike, you do want actually a visual identity that fits your business and appeals to your target audience, right? So what you want to do is maybe it's better to work with a professional brand and or graphic designer who can capture the look and feel that you want, because this requires some kind of creativity, and maybe as a lawyer you don't have that creativity, at least that artistic creativity. One thing you want to do also when it comes to building a brand this year is to optimize your web presence. Of course, I've spoken to you a little earlier about SEO. SEO is really important. Okay, your website is one of the most important marketing assets you own. It's often the first landing page where people learn about your services and can drive new leads, like in terms of phone calls, form fills, etc. for your business. So consequently, your website should be above everything else, well optimized for the types of clients you want to attract. That means not only weaving your USP throughout your website copy, but also optimizing for specific keywords to drive organic traffic. Okay, so this is something to really think about. So this is where law firm SEO comes in. Okay, so a good portion of your brand strategy should involve identifying the target keywords for your website, optimizing your website for these keywords in your content, and optimizing your local SEO presence. So law firm SEO is the best way to rank high in the search engines, mainly Google, and attract new clients organically. I want to insist on that, organically. Okay, and the last thing you want to do here in terms of building a brand this year is to execute your marketing strategy. So you want to make sure that your marketing appeals to your ideal target audience, communicates your brand's USP, utilizes your brand's visual identity or assets, highlights the specific services you offer, and directs users to a point of conversion. Okay, in a very clear manner. So let me give you, before closing to this conversation, other ways like bonus tips in terms of reaching a level where you can build a sustainable law firm brand this year. You want to embrace authenticity, be true to your brand's values and mission, humanize your brand, support a cause. That's kind of cool to always have a philanthropy here. Okay, you want to focus on customer service, because that's going to help you not just from a reputation point of view, but also from what I call a karmic point of view, karma. I really believe that. Okay, so that's an important element to think about. So as a coda into this conversation, I spoke to you about how to build a top brand this year. I explained what law firm branding is, and then I went into how to build your law firm brand this year. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.